Hey, what's up, loyal Cub fans? Reporting how things went on Wednesday night. The last game of the series, the rubber match against Milwaukee, was at home. We were expecting to win that game. We had Hendricks against Anderson. Hendricks 3.7 ERA, Anderson 3.95. A lot of these games have been pitching battles, no matter who's pitching lately. During the series, he had 9 shutouts, 6 wins by the Cubs, 3 of them Brewers. Lately, Brewers had our number. They beat us 2 out of 3 at Milwaukee. Hoping for a different story. This series being at home, I was kind of worried. You get into the schedule 21 through 23 days. I think it's tough to play good ball no matter who you play. But I was most disappointed with the hitting. Apparently, hitters get tired too, I guess. But the pitching until the ninth inning collapse, too, we were hanging right in there. Hendricks gave up an opening home run. He hasn't done that in a while. He's doing that a lot early on during the year. Actually, it wasn't a home run. Granderson, they call it a triple, but he scored anyway. So Hendricks actually grinded out, only gave up 2 runs, but they had to take him out in the 5th inning. We only got 1 run off of Chris Bryant. He hit a double that was almost a home run. Kind of some bad luck. Hit off like the top of the little basket. So it was ruled a double. So he got an RBI. So it was 2-1. Cubs are right there in striking distance. And Milwaukee, they were scheduled to be off Thursday, so they were okay using their bullpen early. They took the pitcher out after 5 innings, or he might not even made it 5 innings. And you would think that Cubs can finally maybe get something going since they couldn't quite get it going against the starter. But I was worried they'd probably bring Hader later, and they did. And yeah, we're just going to get the bats going. Our top of the lineup, Murphy was 0 for 11 during the series. Rizzo was quiet. It's mainly Bryant. Got a couple hits, a single, and that big RBI double. That was really the only clutch hit, only run we got. Baez was quiet. He may have got 1 hit. He did draw a walk 3 days in a row, so that's awesome. Unfortunately, he tried to steal and he got caught. It's possible he may have scored that inning because Contreras walked, and then Hendricks, of all people, got a hit trying to help his cause. That was good to see. Maybe they should have considered keeping Hendricks in the 5th inning, but things kind of worked out where La Stella pinched hit. He had an infield hit, and he got to second on an overthrow. And that set things up for Bryant to get him in. So that kind of worked out. But then the 9th inning, Edwards earlier in the game came in, walked a guy, then gave up a double, which is kind of bad luck. It was a decent pitch. I would say he settled down some in the three batters he faced. He got the second out, a pop out, and then third batter hits a double. So then we're in trouble again, first and third. Cisick was able to get out of the jam. I think Edwards may have got 2 outs. Yeah, 2 outs. So Cisick came in, got that final out, and then Cisick stayed in to pitch the next inning. Seemed like a good move, and then he gives up a home run. That's getting into the 9th inning. The 9th inning was kind of a mess, so it's 3-1. Bring in Kinsler, which is questionable. He go the last couple outings without giving up a run, which is an accomplishment after he had like 4 out of 5 outings where he gave up a run or more. Just hasn't been the Kinsler that we expected. He used to be great a couple years ago, all-star, struggled with Washington this year, and then Cubs thought maybe a new team, he would get it going. Ends up loading the bases. One time was by intentional walk, and take him out. We try to bring in Dunsing, see if he can get that ground ball. That's what we were hoping with Kinsler anyway, get that ground ball out. Dunsing gives up, kind of a simple hit, right through the short stop and third baseman. I was hoping it'd be a double play when it was hit, but it kind of fastly went through, hit the hole, and that scores 2. It's pretty much about game over, up 5-1. Didn't seem to matter a whole lot. We went down pretty quietly in the 9th inning. So although it was close 2-1 most of the game till the 9th, either way, a loss is a loss. Disappointing. Cubs lose a series, and now they could have got more separation. Could have been up 3 games. They're only up 1 game in the division. They have played 2 less games than Milwaukee, but one of them they're going to make up tonight with Milwaukee off. Well, not tonight, at 3 p.m. If it happens, they're kind of dealing with some bad weather on the East Coast with the hurricane coming through. DC was state of an emergency, but yet MLB is still okay flying the players to do this makeup game. I wish they would have did a neutral site, or how to imagine them front office. They were trying to push for just do it October 1st. You know, them even showing up at the ballpark, they're looking at 30 straight days where they either have a game or they at least have to show up. And you know, you show up and you're there preparing 2 hours early, trying to at least. Rain prevents you. And then you have these close to 3-hour rain delays we've been seeing. That's 5-6 hours you travel. You know, that some people say it's not work, but it's not exactly rest either. It would be better just to not stay home and relax and prepare for the next series. So unfortunately, Mother Nature, weather disadvantage. If they could play this game, it would be Montgomery versus Ross. Montgomery got pulled out there 4 and 4 1/3 the last couple outings. He was looking pretty good. Had like a mid-2 ERA in August, and then he got injured. And let's see if he can get back on track. He hasn't pitched for a while. They skipped a spot. So I think it's been like 9 days or something since he's pitched. So we'll see if that can be a good thing. You know, it could be one of those games where it sucks when they start and then they stop. You know, Nationals are pitching Ross. They could have pitched Scherzer. He's been off 4 days. But they're sticking with the rotation. And this Ross, his ERA last year was 5. He's one of those guys, career, he's like 3.95 in the majors. In the minors, like 3.64. He had Tommy John like 14 months ago. He's making it back. So he hasn't officially started. He was the starter, and after an inning and 2/3, Cubs got 1 hit against them. One of the rainout games last week against Washington was somewhat of his first time back, but it doesn't go down officially since the game was postponed in the middle of the 2nd inning. So we'll see. You know, I was hoping Cubs could do better against Anderson. It hasn't just been great pitchers shutting us down. Just a lot of guys are in a funk right now. We got to get that going. You would expect the pitchers to be in a funk and maybe the hitters would carry them, but it's been kind of the other way around. And so that's where we're at. We're 1 game ahead. One good thing is when we get to go back home against Cincinnati, they changed the Friday game from 1 to 7. And I guess they had to jump through hoops to do that, not only to get the MLB to let them do it, but they had to petition the city and kind of some politics and restrictions they have about they really don't like playing weekend night games, parking and other issues. I think they need to relax in that guideline too. We're in a day where like people take Uber and other ways. They have shuttles, other alternative transportations, even if people can't park. I know parking's an issue in Chicago as is, but people find ways around to get to places, even if they're kind of mobilely challenged or disabled. Some they have other ways to get there. So wish I had better news. One good thing is the Cardinals lost, so I think that keeps Cubs 3.5 games above them. We're still looking pretty good to make the playoffs. We're I want to say 5.5 or 6 games or so above the Dodgers if we were to slip even behind Cardinals and be the second wild card spot. Right now it's looking pretty good for the Cubs, Brewers, and Cardinals to make the playoffs, but nothing's official yet. I guess Brewers, their top of the lineup's been pretty dang good. I think their pitchings are right, but we kind of been helping them out as well. So we'll see what happens. There are other games to be played. A lot of people acted like this is the whole series, no matter who won this series. The reality is Milwaukee gained a game. Cubs are 1 game ahead, and we have like 18 games left. They have 16 games left, and still a lot of games to be played. When Milwaukee was looking good earlier in the year, they went on like a 5-game losing streak. Like Pittsburgh beat them 5 games in a row. I think they have Pittsburgh coming up. So for some reason, Pittsburgh kind of has their number. So hopefully that's a good thing for us. Maybe they used all their energy against us. And it's going to be a dog. I felt it was going to be kind of a dogfight. You know, they made some transactions at the beginning of the year, King and Yelich, and those two are playing on fire. They got a good home run hitter, Aguilar. They dealt with a lot of pitching